Okay, so this feels like as good a place to start as any. Why do authorities believe that my missing daughter is no longer alive? And is it possible that she accidentally overdosed? Yes, it is entirely possible that there was an accident and that she was discarded based on that accident. Because in the state of Tennessee, there are laws that would put someone who provided substances to someone who overdosed in prison. Second degree murder charges would then ensue. This happens all the time. However, at the time that my daughter went missing 3 years ago, at the hotel that she is believed to actually have been last at, there were 3 overdoses in like a 3 to 4 week span around the same time Layla disappeared. And all 3 of them were young women, and all 3 of them were found. They were not rescued. They were not, 911 was not dispatched. 911 was not dispatched. They were found unalive days later. Okay. I believe a couple of them were moved from wherever they might have been originally. But it begs the question, why did my daughter disappear? If this is the case, if this is what happened and it was an accident, why did they not just put her in a parking lot or move her to a different room or put her in a hallway far, far away from themselves? Why torture our family for 3 years? Why do that? I understand that, you don't want to go to jail and all of those things. I get that. I don't understand, however, why it was like totally okay for these other young women to be found and their families to have closure, but not mine. This makes me personally believe that something more nefarious is happening, something more nefarious went down that night, and hiding her was helpful in hiding evidence, if that makes sense. That is my personal opinion. These are my personal feelings on the matter. Is it also possible that an overdose wasn't so accidental? There are all kinds of possibilities in this, all kinds of thoughts and things that I wrestle with every minute of every day. Hi, I'm Jennifer Santinello, and if you don't know me, my daughter Layla disappeared when she was 20 years old. That was 3 years ago. It was 5 weeks before her 21st birthday. Yes, she was wrestling with a nasty addiction. The thing that really kicks my ass is she hadn't been wrestling with that addiction for very long, not even a whole year. She was very new to that lifestyle. She was very new to the entire scene, and it swallowed her up. And this is extremely painful because she was so strong. She's tough, brilliant, really, and I think she and I both had this idea that she was indestructible because she proved to me over and over and over again that she was all her life. And then one day she was just gone. So the idea that she is no longer breathing, it does not sit well with me. I still have a hard time saying it out loud. I don't like talking about it. I've tried to deny it ever since day one. Yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know if that answered anything for anybody, but